one's joined me yet, but I'm here, and it does look like I'm in my pajamas, but I can assure you I'm dressed. But I am walking around for two reasons, in my dressing gown. Two reasons. One, because it's really cold here today, but two, because it has pockets. And when you're on crutches, you need as many pockets as possible because your hands are not free to carry things. So, hence the explanation but I am downstairs. So obviously I'm getting better. Now, while I'm waiting for you all, I'm going to put on a little bit of my primer. I was looking to see if I could, let's see if I've got some magic cream sample nearby. Is this magic cream? It is. It's a sample of magic cream. That's exactly what I need. I definitely need some moisture. I'm still feeling very tired, guys. And I read an article recently, or documentary or something, where they said that for every day that you spend in intensive care, it takes a week to recover. And I was in intensive care for 13 days. So everybody, all my professionals that are visiting and stuff, keep telling me I've got to be patient. So I'm trying to be patient. I'm very trying. Anyway, sample of magic cream. Oh, I love magic cream. The smell of it always gets me in the mood for applying makeup. Now, 3 of you have joined. 2 of you have liked the live. Thank you very much. But I haven't seen any comments yet. Now, you don't have to comment. I'm just hoping that my comments are working. If you don't feel shy, say hello, just so that I can test whether they're working. So I'm just putting on some magic cream, and then I thought I'd show you some newness. Because I got a couple of new things this week. Hello, Sharon. Hello. Oh, you've been writing some lovely things to me. And apologies if I haven't replied to all of you. I see things popping up, but as I said, I'm really struggling with fatigue at the moment. So I'm not ignoring you, but if I look at my screen for too long, I just get really worn out. And it's all to do with the aneurysm, I hear. Hello there, Kobe. Thank you. I haven't seen you comment before, I don't think. So thank you for helping me to test out that it's working. And thank you for saying hello. Or maybe you're new here. I'm making all sorts of assumptions. Now, this week, I got a couple of new things just to try out, really. One of the things I got was another mystery bag made by Mitchell. Got to be careful not to show my address. I've done that before. Made by Mitchell mystery bag, which I thought I could open on here. But another one, and this, my sister talked me into this. Another one was my sister buys the monthly subscription box from P. Louise. And the one she got last month was really interesting. And they were selling them still. So I knew what was in it. It wasn't a mystery. I knew what was in it. And I'm going to show you that because I thought I might actually put this on today. So it's called Pizza. Looks like a pizza box. Now, I'm hoping that you can still buy this. I did mean to check before I came on my live, but then somebody called me and of course I ran out of time. But I think you could still get this, and it's a set for £30. And there were a couple of reasons I liked it. I really like the eyeshadow palette on my sister. Now, here is the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to show you the colours of that in a minute, but you can see I love the packaging from P. Louise. So it looks like a pizza slice, okay? And I'll show you the colours of that. But you also get this really nifty, and I really like the idea of this really nifty brush set called the Cut. You're a cut above the rest. And it's basically to do cut creases and to, you know, when you want to cut the crease, they're specific brushes, and it's a magnetic thing, and it holds them in there. And I thought, do you know what? I would buy specialist brushes like that, and then if they got mixed up with my other ones, I wouldn't remember which ones were specifically for that. So I just like the idea that, so you see it's got a magnetic lid, so it's really easy to take apart as well. And so they're all for, you know, P. Louise is big on cutting the crease, and she goes really high up as well with the crease. Good morning, Diane. Hi, Ali. Love the pizza box. Enjoy your lives. Thank you, Anne. Lovely. So that's the cut crease. So let me just show you the 3 brushes. So you've got this brush. Now this, let me show you the whole set and then I'll tell you. So you've got this one. Again, this is good for kind of carving out. It's got a nice angle to it. So that's what that one looks like. And then you've got packaging, lots of sellotape. Right. Then you've got this one, which again is really good if you're trying to carve around the brow. It's got a nice semicircle. And then you've got this smaller one, which is better for doing sort of more fine carving. So I just thought that was a really good set. Now, this was the December subscription box. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm not spending ages telling you about something that is now sold out. Now, also what you got in here is these lashes. I'm not sure that I'm up to putting these on at the moment. I don't think I've got the energy, but these are the lashes. And I don't think they come with lash glue. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether there's any lash glue in the box. It just says apply with lash glue, but it doesn't say whether there's any in the box. And of course it's sellotaped up again. Let's see if I can quickly unsellotape it and let you know if there's any lash glue in the box. My sister got it, but I don't think she told me whether there was any lash glue in the box. No, no lash glue in the box. So you've got to buy separate lash glue. Okay, but you've got some very, as I've taken them out, you've got some very fluttery ones there. Some really long ones. And then you've got wispy ones, wispy long ones, and then you've got really thick ones at the bottom there. And then you've got this, which is called Sauce on the Side. And this is, I needn't have put magic cream on. This is her moisturiser. But I think, actually, I'm glad that I did put magic cream on. Not because I don't like it, but it's actually sealed. And it's one of those sealed containers that's going to be a nightmare and take me about half an hour to undo. So, but I've heard from my sister that this smells really lovely. All right, now let me show you the palette, because you all want to see the palette. So you can get all of these things. So the cut carver, the 2 pairs of lashes, the moisturiser, which I think has got hyaluronic acid in it. I'm pretty certain it has. I mean, it's a makeup brand, so it's not going to be super duper actives, but there are some moisturising ingredients. I can't see hyaluronic acid actually. And it's really, really tiny letters. But anyway, you all want to see the palette. Now, this palette looks so nice on my sister. And we're similar-ish skin tones. But my sister's got more of a cool undertone. Obviously, we're both half Indian. But my sister's always had a cooler undertone. And I'm sort of a little bit more towards the warm. Sort of warm neutral. My sister's cool neutral. Now, how does this open? This pizza slice. Some more sellotape. See, the disadvantage of opening things live on your live is that everybody has to hear you whittling on while you open boxes. I should have opened it before I came on, but then you don't get the excitement of opening things with me. Right, here we go. Now, these just look stunning on my sister. There we go. Now, it looks a little bit scary, but honestly, it looks really stunning on. So I thought I'd put that on today. Okay, and then I thought I'd also, thank you for the heart, by the way, whoever just pressed the like button, thank you very much. I thought I'd put that on today, and I'd also put on, we'll see what's in this Made by Mitchell box. Oh, I've done it again. Nearly shown my address. I'm sure it's not there. But anyway, right. I must remember not to do that. It's not you guys watching. It's just, you know, randomly someone could see it and pay you a visit, I suppose. Chance would be a fine thing. Right. So, in my mystery bag. So, this was yesterday. So, I got this for £25 and it was somebody doing... It was Jo, who is also an influencer on... I don't call myself... I don't like being called an influencer, but... She's a TikTok influencer and she does a lot of Made by Mitchell. And she was on Made by Mitchell yesterday. And you could buy a mystery bag for £25. And it had 7 items in it. So one of them is a makeup bag that's washable and whatever. It's just one of those basic kind of plastic resealable bags. But they're quite handy and obviously reusable. So... that's very good. Some of these I saw her packing, so they're not all... Now, she asked me what I'd like, and I said I'd really like to try this Amber Sunshine, which is a body gel highlighter. So let me just show you the what this looks like. So it's not got the nicest name, I think, calling it slime. It doesn't really draw me to it. I want to buy some slime, but it's basically a highlighter. You could use it actually as a primer, or you could use it on your body to highlight your shoulders or your chest or, you know, your cleavage if you're feeling daring. Now, this one, there's 2 of them. And I got another one in a mystery bag, which had a blue tinge to it. And I thought, I'm going to give that away as a present. But this one has got a kind of rose gold amber look to it. So let's try this on this hand. That is gorgeous. Now, I like that. Now, obviously, that's quite a thick layer. Yes, it's very pretty. So this is one of his new products. And it's called Shine Slime. But what you could also do, and what I'm going to do today actually, is I was going to... Hello, Rachel. Now, I was going to put on my Doll 10, and I thought, you're all going to get sick of me putting on Doll 10 foundation, because I've been putting it on every week. I'm obsessed with it, as you know. But I thought, actually, do you know what? I picked up this, which is my MAC Everywhere Studio FX foundation. Now, this one is a little bit more matte. And I don't know if you noticed, but I certainly noticed. I don't think anyone would want to say it, but I'm feeling a bit run down and a bit pale at the moment. So I could do with a bit of glow. So I'm actually going to use this on my face as a primer. Okay. And then put the foundation over the top. So that's one way of using it. You know, if you really feel like your complexion's dull and you're going to be using a matte, more of a matte foundation, you can use it on your face as a primer. I haven't shown you the other things yet, but I've got some of this out now, so I'm going to put this on. Now, you could use it on certain parts of the face as a highlighter, but actually I like this because it's going to warm up my face. Now, I'm going to look like the Tin Man out the Wizard of Oz for a minute, but I'm going to put my foundation on over the top, and then it'll all come good. Now, when I came on, I don't think anyone was watching me at this point. I just said I am actually dressed and downstairs, but it's very cold here, and I've got my dressing gown on because, one, it's cold, and two, it's got pockets. So that's why I'm in my dressing gown today, because I'm on crutches and I'm not hands-free, so I need pockets. So anyway, that's what it looks like on the face. Now, I wouldn't just put that all over my face and then not put foundation. You can if you want, if that's kind of look you like. I would say that was too much. But since I'm applying this foundation over the top, I think it will work. It'll shine through and take some of the matte off this foundation. Because I do like this foundation, but it is a little bit matte. So this is the Everywhere Studio Fix foundation and concealer, and it's in NC35, which is that colour. Now, I did find, I think from memory, I found that this was a little bit on the light side for me, and normally NC35 is okay, but actually probably at the moment, and with that underneath, it's going to be okay because that's given me a bit of colour. So I'm just going to take some foundation, and what you'll see is that slime will shine through the foundation. It'll give you the best of both worlds. It's a bit like, you know, when Charlotte Tilbury brought out her filter, flawless filter, and she had that saying, beneath it, bling it, blend it, and something else. I always forget the fourth one. Beneath it, blend it, bling it, boost it. That's it. Boost it, blend it, beneath it, bling it. And I've said it all in the wrong order. But that's what you can do with this, is you can put it underneath, beneath it. You could blend it in with your foundation. You could use it as a highlighter. You know, it's one of those products. And you can use it, say, if you're wearing an off-the-shoulder dress and you want to kind of make your shoulders or your décolleté look nice, you can do that. No, I'm not sure about the name slime. I have to say, one of the things, and it doesn't really matter, but one of the things that doesn't attract me to Made by Mitchell is the packaging. I'm not really a fan of this sort of typeface and, yeah, and calling things slime. But I can see how it has attracted other people. The slime blue one, I got that in a mystery package. Let me see if I can show it you, because I think I bought it in. I will show you a little bit, although what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to give this away to someone. I have like a box that I have of kind of stored up Christmas presents, and somebody with very fair skin would probably suit this. So this one is called Mermaid Scales. Look. And I got this in a mystery box, and I'm going to show it you alongside the amber one so you can see the difference. Right, so this is Mermaid Scales. Can you see what I mean? It's lovely, and I think if you got a cool undertone, it would look nice. But actually, because I've put it over the top, silly me, I put it over the top of the amber one. But you can actually, when you put it on bare skin, you can see the blue flecks in it. But the amber one, I just think the amber one's so much nicer. And as you say, yeah, for summer on your legs, it's, you know, it's definitely, and it's a lot more affordable than things like, you know, Charlotte's got one, hasn't she? The body one. It's one thing I've never actually, I think I got a sample size of it once. Her body glow stuff, and I've forgotten what it's called, but you know what I mean. But this, you're getting a lot more for your money, and it's the same thing. So yeah, quite like that. And look at how it's making that quite matte foundation by MAC. It's glowing through it. And then if I use it over the top, I'll show you about like how you can use it as a bit of a highlighter. I just take a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I can just dab it on in specific areas that I want to highlight and add a bit of glow. And it's also, it's not too glittery. The other one, I just didn't like the blue reflex in it. But again, as I said, if you've got a cool undertone, then it will probably look beautiful. But on me, I just thought, no, it's not me. It's definitely not me. And you can highlight under here. So you can use it on your face and you can use it on your body. You can highlight in here just to make you look a bit more awake, which I certainly need at the moment. So I've got foundation on, but I'm not looking too matte. So I like that. I got that. And what else did I get? Because you know what? She asked me what I wanted. And I said Amber Sunshine, please. But then I missed some of the other things that she put in here. I did remember the makeup bag. So what else is in here? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can incorporate it in a look. So there is this lip liner, all trip note in Berry Bold. Now I love, you know, I love darker shades. So I'm really excited about trying that. We'll put that on. And a Boom. Now, Boom is the matte liquid lipstick. A Boom liquid lipstick in the shade, doesn't say, 1 of 5. It's called. Is that the name of it? Must be. I'll show you the colour of that. Let's do some swatching. Yes, it must be called 1 of 5. It's bright orange. So it will really get us in the mood for, I should actually use the other hand, for spring. Bright orange. And again, you don't have to just use that on your lips. You can use that on your eyes if you want. So that was something else I got. Right, let's see what else I got. So we'll throw together a look in a minute with all of this and with the P. Louise palette. Oh, I got an XL Drip Drip. Have people heard of Drip Drip? Hello, Terry. So, I actually don't have, I think my sister bought me a small one, but this is an extra large Drip Drip. Now, this is great if you want, again, it's a silver. Basically, it's a silver highlighter. Let me just show you what that looks like. It's one of his infamous products. See? And very good if you use it on your eyes. You can use it on the mobile lid if you don't fancy putting silver on your cheekbones. So there's that. This isn't bad for £25. Definitely not bad at all. Because I think the slime is something like £16. This has been about 20 in the past. I know he's reduced it recently. But it's definitely a bargain in here. And then there's a cream blush. Oh, this looks nice. Cream blush. Oh, Cold Heart. I love purpley, cool pinks. This looks like it could almost be purple. Blush balm. Oh, I haven't tried any blush balms. Oh, look at that. Let's put some of that on. Oh, yes. I like that. I love cool, sort of almost purple shades because on the warm undertone, it really works well as a kind of contrast to lift your skin. And I love the consistency of that as well. It's not too pigmented. It looks natural, you know. This is my first blush balm. And I'm in love. And of course, you could use this on your lips as well. I'm going to just swatch that on here so you can see. There, it's a cool pink. Very nice. I'm already glowing a bit more now. I'm looking a bit more human. And then, last but not least, we have a Bare. Oh, this is the lip oil. These are quite translucent lip oils, but it looks like a nice shade. Now, of course, it's not going to come across as massively pigmented, but you can put it over a red lip. So let me just show you that. So, can you see? But you see, if I put it over the blush, the blush balm, comes out beautifully. Just seeing if there's a smell to it, but I can't make out a smell. Anyway, let's get back to doing this palette, shall we? So that was my Made by Mitchell mystery box. But I definitely want to use this palette today. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on. I'm just going to wipe all that stuff off my hands so I don't get it on my clothes. And put a touch of concealer on. I stocked up on my Doll 10. Oh, I could have used the MAC because you can use that as a concealer. But I'm going to use this because it looks so much better under the eyes. I think the MAC one is nice, but I'd be afraid at the moment because my skin is drying out because of all the medication I'm on that I was discharged on. My mouth's drying out. You know, it's all that medication that dries everything out. And when you've got that, I'd rather use a more moisturising concealer. Otherwise, it's going to just accentuate my fine lines. I've probably gone over some of that highlighter, but I wanted to just colour correct around my eyes before we start. And I'm just using the concealer today, which you can always do, by the way. You don't have to have 60,000 products. You can always use your concealer as an eye primer because it'll give you a nice blank canvas. And of course, that's what P. Louise does. I could have used the cut crease tools, but P. Louise, they've got a certain method, and I'll do it one day. I want to do a little practice run first. But she basically, they spend ages cutting out the brow, and then they start the socket really high up so that you've got maximum mobile lid to work with and put the shimmer on. She really cheats a really high up crease. So it's great if you've got hooded lids. And I will definitely show you that, that method. But I want to, I mean, it is very precise. So I'd like to have a little practice run of it myself. I have done it a couple of times on myself, but I don't want to come on here and then make a complete mess of it and then put you all off. I don't mind making a fool of myself, but I don't want to make people think, oh, I'm not going to be able to do that. I want to be clear what I'm saying. Right. Now, let's get this palette. Now, the great thing about this palette as well, they're not really colours that I would have necessarily gone for, but they look so nice on my sister. It's got some nice matte shades as well for contouring. This one is a matte shade. And again, they don't look as stunning in the palette as they do on the eye. And I'm hoping, my sister, as I said, has got a completely different undertone to me, but I'm hoping that they look okay on me. They look gorgeous on my sister. So I'm going to go in with this Say Cheese. Okay, and I'm going to use that as a oh, you know what I mean. I'm going to use it up here as a transition shade. I'm going word blind again. You see what I mean? They just don't go on. And my sister was saying this. They don't go on exactly the same colour as they are in the palette, but they look even nicer. So I'm just building up the shadow, first of all. Now, what P. Louise would do is she would start a lot higher up, and she'd go in with the darker shade first, higher up, with a very defined brush. And then she'd start blending it out with some of the lighter shades. And then as she's blending it out, she gets a thicker and thicker brush. But I'm not going to do that today. I will definitely show it you another day. Now I'm going to go in with my guilty pleasure. I will swatch you all these in a minute. And I'm going to just take this in. Again, just building up that socket colour. But I will take it a little bit higher up today, just to make me look a bit more awake. Because one thing I noticed when I was ill and in hospital, and my son noticed it as well, was that my hooded lids actually became more hooded. Because the doctor came round and obviously they're looking for signs of, have you had a stroke? And he asked my son, he said, is her eye drooping? He said, it's a little bit more droopy than normal. And I've noticed it, but I didn't have a stroke. Touch wood. I'm saying touch wood because when I say things these days and, you know, thank God for this, then something happens, you know. So I don't want to tempt fate. Right, and then I'm going to just warm it up a little bit. I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. I'm going to warm it up and I'm going to go in with this So Saucy. But I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and just take that into the socket a bit more. Can you see what I mean? They're a little bit, when you see them in the palette, they look a little bit like they might not suit my skin colouring. But when you put them on, they're beautiful. So I'm just dabbing that and then blending it out. So this is this one here. You see it looks bright orange, but it's not. I think it's one of those palettes, by the way, that probably does vary quite a bit depending on your skin tone. I think if you were very fair and has a cool undertone, it would probably look truer to what it looks like in the palette. Right, I'm going to take some of that So Saucy and a little bit of my Guilty Pleasure, and I'm just going to take that underneath. Just mix the two together. Just sort of half a way along. Now, you know me, I like going in with the Shimmer Shades with my finger. And I don't know which one to use. This one looks intriguing. And they all look, you know me, I love a good shimmer. That one looks intriguing as well. But no, I'm going to try this one today. This one and the one in the middle. I'll show you the others though, because they do look. So this one's got like it's a bronze, but it's got a slight bit of kind of magenta pink. So I'm going to put that in on the outer corner. Look at that. Now you don't have to put them on with your fingers. I just like doing it because I just think the shimmers look so much nicer when you, but you can use a flat brush if you want to apply the shimmer shades. So this one's called Top of the World. Now, if you can't get this box anymore and you like it, what she tends to do, P. Louise, is she'll put things in the box that are about to come out to buy separately. So you might not want to get the brushes for the cut crease and the false eyelashes anyway. So you might want to wait until, but you tend to get more money off if you buy the value boxes. Now the value boxes, You can either subscribe every month and pay £30 a month, and then you're guaranteed to get stuff that's not been released yet and really good value. Or sometimes there are a few left over that you can buy, which is what I did. Or you can just wait until the products come out. Now I'm going to put a little bit of, do you know what? I'm thinking that might be, yeah, that one I was going to put on. Do you know what I was thinking, though? I might put that on. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on this Boom underneath, because it's a similar orange. And then I'm going to finish off with putting some yellow. This is a similar orange, and it's going to make it really stick and pop. So I'm going to put this on first. I'm going to overlap a bit of what I've just done. So this is actually marketed as a matte lipstick. But what do I always say? What have I been saying for years? And everyone has now caught on. That pigment is pigment. Provided it's not, you're using something as a mascara, or, you know, if you've got really sensitive eyes and something really isn't designed for the eyes, but really made by Mitchell, that uses everything everywhere. Now that's going to look a bit crazy for a minute, but I'm just going to let it dry. And then it's going to be the perfect base for that one that I'm about to put on. It's a strange name for it, though, isn't it? 1 of 5. Very strange name. Guess who I was chatting to yesterday? I had a little chat with my friend Daniel Sandler, and we were talking about disability. And I just wanted to remind people that obviously this channel is about makeup, but it's also about the importance of makeup if you have a disability. And I'm always interested to hear people's thoughts about disability and how makeup can be more accessible to them. Because obviously I have a disability, but I don't have every disability on the planet. And we were having a discussion about it, and it'd be really interesting to get your thoughts, like on things like maybe you got arthritis and packaging really annoys you, or there's things that are really difficult to apply because you've got problems with hand movement, or you're visually impaired, anything like that. If you're watching this either now live or on replay, and you want to make a comment below, please do, because I'd like to keep the conversation alive about the importance. I mean, the importance of me at the moment has been my mental health and dealing with fatigue. Obviously, my hands are not affected by my disability, but any comments you want to leave, I'd really be interested to hear. And I know Daniel would as well. So I'm now going to go in with this Slice Baby. And there was a reason I was whittling on for ages, because I wanted that to dry down a bit. Yeah, I knew that was going to make it really pop. Because it gives it something to stick to. I know I had the concealer, but it's given it something to stick to a bit more, because there's a liquid underneath that's sort of only semi-dry, and it means it'll last longer as well. And then right in the centre, I'm going to put a yellow. So I think this one at the top looks like more of a yellow. So I just want to just double check something for a minute. No, I'm going to go with the yellow. As much as I do like that shade, there's a shade that I'm itching to try, but it just doesn't, it won't work with this look. So I'm just going to go in with this yellow. And the yellow shade is called Crust in Me. So that will link up the two shades as well. And it's getting me in the mood for a bit more of a spring vibe. Now I've done that, I'm going to go back in with transition. I'm going to go in a little bit darker because I just want to build up the shadow a bit more in the socket. Otherwise it's all shimmer and no shadow. And I'm going in with My Guilty Pleasure. What do people think about this colouring? It's nice for spring or summer. I mean, I know it doesn't feel like we're anywhere near that in this country, but I'm going to show you the shadow that I was itching to put on, but I don't think will go with this look. Daniel's lovely, isn't he, Terry? And I want to show his Blossom highlighter again. It's a primer, but it's got a lovely base to it as well. Now, this was the shade that I was wanting to try because I don't know if you can see this, but it's got a bit of a lilac undertone to it. And I love lilac. I'm going to put some on my finger so you can see what I mean. I don't know if you can see just how it's got sort of a pinky lilac-y. Let's put some on anyway. I'll put it over the yellow. It won't be the same as putting it on its own, but it'll give me another little pop of something light in my eye. Let me just swatch you these shades. So they're Shimmer Shades because they are really beautiful. I'm going to show you them on my arm. Let's put these down somewhere. So that's the one that I said has got the kind of lilac-y shimmer. By the way, this isn't makeup. These are still bruises from when I was in hospital. Now that looks, you can't really see it there, but there is definitely a lilac shimmer to it. And then we've got Crust in Me, which is the bright yellow that I put on, which is here. And then you've got Slice Slice Baby, which is the more orangey one. And then, actually, why did I miss that one? She's got a bigger shade at the bottom that looks like a more generic highlighter shade. I don't know how I missed that, because I could have put some of that in. So this is all I need. Yes, that would be nice in the centre. And also as a highlighter. I'll put it on as a highlighter in a minute. And so those are all the shimmers. And then you've got the mattes. So My Guilty Pleasure, I'm going to run out of arm space. I'll put them here. That's My Guilty Pleasure. Say Cheese. Now this looks green on me, but it's because of my warm undertone. When I put it on my eyes, it looked green. Now you see, because I've got a cooler undertone on my arm, it actually looks yellow. Then you've got In Too Deep, which is a matte yellow. This is definitely a bright yellow. And then you've got Hey Hot Stuff. Did I do Hey Hot Stuff? No, I didn't. Which is a bright orange, matte. And then finally, So Saucy, which I did put a bit on in my crease. So those are the shimmers, and those are the... I'm going to just take those off because I've got a nice lilac loungewear on, and I don't want it covered in orange pigment. I'm going to use some of that one at the bottom as a highlighter. Now, we definitely need some mascara, and we definitely need some... Hello, Italian Rose. Ciao. We definitely need some liner, and we definitely need some mascara. So I am going to get some mascara, and I'm going to do, if I can put my hands on some, I'm going to do a contrasting liner colour as well. Right, come on, mascara, where are you? But I also want a dark liner. Have I got one within reach? That's the thing at the moment. I have to keep finding stuff that's within reach, which is a bit of a bore, because I want to go and... I know what things I want to apply, but it's whether or not I can grab them quickly. Ah. Hang on. This'll do. This is Victoria Beckham's black liner. I think I definitely need some black liner. Oh, thank you. I look glowing. You should have seen me at the beginning. I definitely feel very fatigued and worn out right now, and I looked a little bit pale. So definitely rewind this when you come out, and you'll see that it's all makeup. Yeah, you see, with that colour, it definitely needed some black to frame the eye. Just going to smudge that underneath. And then I need to take this up a little bit more. Tease it up to give my eye a bit of a lift. I might actually do the upper waterline as well. I'm doing what I call... This is something I came up with. Tucking in the sheets, or tucking in the duvet. You know when you're making the bed and you're tucking in the sheets underneath the mattress? That's how I describe the way I put on my liner. If you've got hooded lids, don't think that you're putting the liner on the actual eyelid. Think of it as tucking it in underneath. So you're almost sort of going in. You're kind of tucking it between the lashes and the top of the of the eyelid. So you're almost sort of tight lining, but coming from above the lash rather than underneath. And that way you don't use up the precious bit of mobile lid that you've got when you've got hooded lids. I always say tucking in the sheets or tucking in the duvet. I don't know why, because you don't tuck the duvet in, but I've always said tucking in the duvet for some reason. Probably because I'm a bit daft. Makeup is definitely uplifting on your fatigue days. And I think that's one thing I was saying to Daniel, that, you know, everybody, like when you're thinking about disability and makeup, there are all sorts of different disabilities. They're not just ones that affect your mobility. There's mental health difficulties. There are visual impairments. But one of the things we probably all got in common in terms of the difficulties that we share is fatigue days. Either because you got a physical impairment, or you're having a bad mental health day, or you're just exhausted with trying to access a world that's inaccessible. And it does lift your mood, and it gives you energy, because you've done something to care for yourself, but it's not involving taking tablets or putting on compression, things that, you know, that have been prescribed to you to make you better, but actually creative self-care. Right, I'm just going to put some of this Boots number 17 Extreme Dimension black mascara on. And what I would really like to do, although I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to find anything, it is a good mood booster, is do a contrasting shade in the waterline. But whether or not I can put my hands on a contrasting liner, because it's such a warm golden orangey look, I'd quite like to put a blue, or even a green, but I think particularly blue in the waterline, because I love a contrasting drop shadow. That's kind of my thing, but we'll see what we can come up with. There we go. And a little bit, what I did just find when I was looking, if I can't find a contrasting blue liner, I have got something else up my sleeve. I did find my MAC brow pen, which is still going strong, and this is Shape and Shade Brow Tint. On one side has got a little pen, which is quite good, but again, once you've held it upside down for a while, you have to do this, because obviously gravity gets in the way. But it's great in terms of drawing in brow hairs. The other side has got the powder, which I don't use as much. I think I've taken off, yeah, I think the cap. Well, maybe I was right to do it, yeah. So you've got this powder that you can put in, but I don't tend to use that as much as the actual thing that does the individual brow hairs. I might put a little bit on this end, because they're definitely looking a bit scarce towards the nose end at the moment. I'm having a terrible day, so putting on my war paint. Oh, well, I'm glad. So we're all boosting our moods. Terry, what's the weather like where you are? Is it hot? Because in the UK, it is freezing. Absolutely freezing. Oh, it's chilly there. Now, I know some of you watch me in New Zealand, Australia, where they're having their summer. So that's why I always ask around. Now, let's see. Can we find within reach? I really want to find a contrasting blue eyeliner. And I don't think I've got one. I've got one just out of reach. But have I got one within reach? Possibly not, which is a bit of a drag. Can you recommend a dry mascara, as I always make lots of mess, as my hand doesn't work very well? Do you know, it's so strange that you said that, Anne, because I was talking about this yesterday with Daniel. One of the things that I would suggest you do, you've got two options here. But if you're talking about having shaky hands, the problem with getting a dry mascara, Anne, is that it's not really going to adhere to your lashes either. I can see why you're asking for it, because then if you shake, you're not going to get a blob of mascara on. But then it's not really going to adhere to your lashes either. I think if that's the problem, is that you're afraid because your hands are a bit shaky, what I would suggest to you instead is getting, there's two options. I'm going to show you if I can see it here. What I often use is, I can't see it here. I'm going to try and find one. What I often use is I collect the Charlotte Tilbury. When you make an order from Charlotte Tilbury or any other, a lot of makeup companies do this, you can get the sample sizes of mascara. And I actually prefer using them than the full size mascara, because they've got a little wand and you can get right in close. Now, the thing about doing that, and I wish I could find one of them so that I could demonstrate this. I've got loads of them, so I must be able to find one. Let me see if I can find one. The thing about getting the little compact size, the little sample sizes of the mascara. No, do you know what? I see them everywhere, and until I'd actually need to demonstrate it, and then I can't find it. The thing about it is then what you can do is you rest your pinky on your cheek and the mascara wand is there. So it's not going to go anywhere because you're able to really position. Now, the thing is, if I show you one of the long ones, for example, now this one, this I was going to actually show you to put underneath because I can't find a contrasting blue eyeliner. I thought I'll put this on my lower lash line. Now, the thing about this is because the wand is so long, if your hand's shaky, you can't rest your finger to steady your hand. You kind of got to go in and hope that you don't hit the cheeks, and that means having an incredibly steady hand. But if you use a sample size, see, even with that side now, I'm struggling to kind of talk, and I don't have any issues with keeping my hand, but it's really difficult. You've got to really concentrate on keeping your hand steady. But with the sample sizes, they're short. They're really short. And then you rest your pinky, right? You rest your pinky, and your hand's not going to go anywhere. You kind of use your pinky and you use a pivoting motion, and you can do that on both sides. And I wish that I could find, because I really want to demonstrate it to you now. But what I'll do is I'll do a short video. I'm going to make a note that at the end of this to do a short video about how to apply mascara if you've got shaky hands. And the other option, I said there's two options. So you can either make sure you order lots of little sample sizes, and I collect them. And as I said, they normally sitting everywhere, but I cannot put my hands on one of them right now, which is such a bore. But the other thing that you can do is you can go onto Amazon and you can order, hello, Bushra. Yes, the Pillow Talk samples. That's what I've got loads of. The other thing you can do is you can order mascara wands from Amazon. And they're basically short little wands, and you can use them, dip them into your mascara. Say you've got a full-size mascara. You dip them into your mascara and you've got the short wand. So if you've got lots of normal-size mascaras that you want to use up, get the small mascara ones. You can get like a pack of 100 for about £2 or £3 on Amazon. You just look up disposable mascara ones, and you've got the short end, and then get your finger, and I promise you, I'll do a video demo, and then you can use your pinky to steady your hand. Yeah, clear mascara to avoid a mess, or you use the sample size. Yeah. The other thing is, with mascara, one of the things I've seen, I don't know if people have heard of Katie at Beauty in the Boutique. Now, let's imagine you've got your sample size. Also, instead of thinking about doing this, don't move your arm. Hold your arm, right? And basically what Katie says, and she's a makeup artist, she says that the very first coat you put on, she says just rest it at the bottom, like you're tight lining with an eyeliner. Just rest it at the bottom of your lashes, right? Don't even think about moving. Just blink onto it, because that's actually going to get you the volume, right? So hold your arm still and blink onto it like that. And you'll see how it's built up, the intensity. And I'm not actually, it's when you start trying to move the wand, that's when you're going to start hitting other places. But if you just keep your arm still, like if it's difficult for you to rest your pinky because you've got a long mascara wand, keep your arm still and just think, I'm going to blink onto it and I'm going to tight line with it. I'm going to imagine that I'm going in with an eyeliner and I'm tight lining right at the base of my lash. It actually applies it really effectively. And then at the last minute, you can kind of flick the ends. But again, you can see I'm not really moving my arm. I'm blinking onto it. So those are some little tips, but I will definitely do a video on that for you. Thank you so much for asking a really great question. Right. But I would definitely go for sample sizes or get the brushes from Amazon. And I will do a separate video. And so keep a lookout in the next week. I'll perhaps try and do one over the weekend if I can. My other half's coming back, but I'll try and do one. He always sits in the corner and makes me giggle when I'm doing videos. That's why I tend not to do them when he's here. Now I'm going to take this Carla Cosmetics highlighter brush. And you know what, I started out by putting on some Made by Mitchell, what's it he called it? Slime. Right on the upper points. But I'm going to use this one here just to bring the look together. I'm going to use this as a highlighter. And you know, powders go beautifully over cream products for that little bit of an extra bling. And I'm also going to put some over the Cupid's bow, because that's going to make my lips look fuller. I haven't been able to get my teeth done yet because I was saving up to get them done, as you know. And then now, because of my aneurysm, I'm not sure. I'm on blood thinners, so I'm not sure yet whether it's safe. So I've still got a big gap in my teeth. But you can see, so this will work like down your nose, the high points of your face. Beautiful. Beautiful highlighter. Now, let's finish off with some lips. And what was the lip products that were in here? Oh, the berry. The berry. You know I like my berry. Now, I'm going to use the berry, and I'm going to use the gloss that goes over the top. There was a gloss, wasn't there? Now, this is called, because I have to brighten up my lips. Berry Bold. Oh, it's got that plastic round it. Oh, there's something. If people have got arthritic hands, and I don't, but I still find it hard. I mean, it's great that you got the reassurance to know that no one's tried it on before, but getting this plastic stuff off is so difficult sometimes because it's so tightly packed on. There we go. I actually managed to get that off quite easily. So this is Berry Bold. It's one of the twist up ones, and this is Made by Mitchell, and that's a lovely shade. I'm going to fill in my lips with this and then use another lip item to kind of go over the top. This is quite a thin tip, which is great for a liner, but it's not so great for filling in. And then, now what lip products did we get? We got the lip oil. Oh, this is for the lips, wasn't it? The Boom, but I don't want to put orange over it. Let's try the lip oil, if I can find it. Oh, we had something else. I knew there was something else. So there was the blush balm in Cold Heart, which I've already got on. And then this Bear Cuddles. Let's put this over the top. This is the lip gloss. It's not a gloss, sorry, it's lip oil. There we have it. I could definitely do with some bronzer to finish off, I think. Definitely need a little bit of warming up, and then we shall be complete. So I'm going to reach for my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, because again it's within reach. And just put a little bit round the side of my face to just warm up my complexion a bit and make me look a little bit more alive. And that is today's look. What do you think? I feel energized now and ready for spring at least. Here's my eyes in close up. Should we do a little bit of spray? And then I shall get going and I shall speak to you all very soon. And I will pop up, I promise. Because I've been trying to think of, Terry was saying about doing some short videos because I'm really suffering from fatigue at the moment. So I will do a short video all about mascara when you've got shaky hands. All right, so keep a lookout, Anne, for that. I don't know if you're on Instagram, Anne. If you are, I'll also advertise that I'm doing it on Instagram. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.